Let's build an editing station. Hi everyone, welcome to Palta Tech. I currently have 6 desks. Here's my current one for editing video, the one that I use the most. Here's the one that I use for photo editing and culling. Here's a desk where I do all the boring financial stuff and pay the bills. This desk right here is where I work on my future video ideas and organize my production. And this former dog grooming table is now an awesome gaming desk. And finally, I have this desk right here in this studio. And all of these desks have one thing in common. You have to be sitting down at them the entire time. So when FlexiSpot reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in reviewing their 60-inch KONAPRO bamboo standing desk EC8, I wasn't sure if I wanted to deal with yet another desk. Besides, you hear a lot about these standing desks, and for a long time I often thought that they were just a silly millennial YouTuber fad. The idea of just standing there, right, at a desk, it seemed really strange to me. But then I started thinking, you know, I'm 54 years old and I spend literally hours every day sitting down editing these videos. And I have to start taking stuff like exercise and keeping my blood pressure in check and those kinds of things very seriously. I don't even want to add up the time I spend all day editing, right? Sitting around, just sitting there. That can't be good at all for my heart or my blood pressure. So I honestly thought, all right, I'll give this standing up desk thing a try. First, a disclaimer. FlexiSpot did send me this desk free of charge to try out, to test and review. However, this video is not sponsored by them, and I am not being paid to do this review, and everything in this video is my own opinion. This is getting really tight. I can't do this bit. I gotta be seated properly to take my blood pressure. I can't be doing that while I'm waving my arms around. All right, what was I saying? Disclaimer, I'm not being paid to do this review. My opinion is my own. Let's move on. So the KONAPRO Bamboo Standing Desk EC8 comes in 2 boxes. Setup was very, very easy. A rhesus monkey could put it together, and they did a really nice job of separating out the screws into little lettered categories to match the steps in the instructions. The only tool you need is a Phillips screwdriver, and the desk comes with its own Allen wrench right in the box. It took me about an hour and a half to go from the 2 boxes to having the desk fully set up. But I probably could have done it in about 45 minutes, but I was fiddling with all the cameras and filming the unboxing. Now there are 4 included cables, 1 for each leg of the desk, 1 for the power, and 1 to connect the button control. Hooking up the electronics is simple, and it takes less than 1 minute. This is quite a heavy desk, and you're gonna want 2 people to move it into position. Now this desk comes in 5 different sizes, and I got the medium one, which is 60 inches long by 30 inches wide. The desk is 0.7 inches thick, and it's made of natural bamboo covered with a coat of lacquer. It also has an option to add 4 casters for an extra 35 bucks. I think that would definitely be worth it, as this desk is very heavy and moving it around if you need to would be very difficult. Now a really nice feature are the height offset adjustment dials on each of the legs. This came in handy when I put the desk on a carpet protector. It turned out that the carpet protector was not wide enough, so 1 leg was on it and 1 was off. I easily adjusted the height of the left leg to get the perfect balance. Once I placed my computer and editing equipment on the desk, I was really surprised at how much space 60 inches wide gives you. It just seems to go on and on and on and on. I love having that much space. Now, everything is controlled by the electronic keypad, which you can put on the right or the left of the desk. You press the arrows to go up or to go down. The digital readout shows you the height of the desk. You can also program the desk using the number 1 and number 2 buttons. Basically, you put the desk to the standing height that you want, you press M, and then a number. And then that number will be storing your height. Then all you have to do is press the number, and the desk will automatically go to that saved height. Same thing with the lower position. And that's what's so great about this setup. You can easily go from standing standing to sitting in just seconds, and you don't have to worry about the hassle of being locked into having it, dedicated into one position. Let's jump in the office now for some more demos. I must admit that when I first thought about a standing desk, I always imagined that they would be really wobbly, just because they're raised up so high. This desk is not that wobbly. I was really surprised at that. That thing is solid. And according to FlexiSpot, it can hold up to 275 pounds. Let's test it out. All right, let's see if it works. I better come down now. Not bad. And it didn't stutter and it didn't whine or do anything. It was just perfectly smooth as butter. Very impressed with that. Now, the motor that moves the desk up and down is quiet. And, if you even have a computer fan or a RAID drive running, you probably wouldn't even hear it. Another really nice touch is a USB charging port that you can plug any device into to charge. Now, FlexiSpot makes a lot of other desk configurations as well, and they are definitely worth checking out if you're in the market for a standing desk of any size or configuration. Now, there was one thing that I could not test, and that was the long-term benefit of using a standing desk. So I'll continue to use this desk for my editing station, and I'll report back on this channel in an update, maybe 6 months or even a year from now, long-term, and let you know how a standing desk has affected my workflow. However, from the time I've spent using it thus far, I just have to say something about this whole standing thing because I was such a skeptic at first about it. I don't know about you, but I have a habit when I'm seated of starting to slouch down. I start to slouch down and I'll be editing like this. By the time I'm like editing, hit the like and subscribe, but by the time I'm editing that, I'm like this. I'm like down, and when you're forced to stand, you can't slouch. And so you're just standing and your energy is there the whole time. It's not just that you're getting this, exercise health benefit from standing, but I think it actually makes you more productive. And the great thing is, if you do need to sit down, you just press a button, the desk goes down, and you can sit. I can honestly say now that a standing desk is no fad or gimmick. It's a great way to work, edit your photos and videos, and all the while give you some important health and, I think, productivity benefits as well. Well, I hope you found the video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I will see all of you again in another video very soon. Take care.